Okay. When Catherine Kay isn't at her day job of teaching, she considers herself a part-time writer and full-time procrastinator. She spends too much of her time in stationery shops, choosing the perfect notebook, or on Done Deal, salivating over unaffordable antique writing desks. She's been considered a blow-in by many in several locations, but has been settled in the beautiful fishing village of Greencastle in County Donegal for the past 16 years. This evening, she's reading Reminiscence. Thank you. Thank you, Judy. How do I follow that? The reunion request came through on a sad Thursday in September. It was almost 30 years to the day that messiest of Freshers' Week happened. They were just anxious children then, downing pints of Merrydown to top up their courage levels. By the Friday morning, Cassie had emptied every drawer and patterned storage box in her pristine house. Strewn celluloid made a layer of mixed memories on the luxury lounge rug. By noon, her neat manicured hands had grasped the prize. And there, that 3-decade-old photo teemed with student flat life. In the shadows, a smashed veneer cupboard spilled open, revealing mismatched cracked crockery. A peeling plastic countertop was resplendent in burnt orange. The plastic cider bottle bubbled with days-old stenchy water, sad bluebells jamming its neck. Cassie sighed. She couldn't take in the foreground yet. Behind the figure sat the sink, fat and greasy, overspilling with last week's encroaching saucepans. On the Dungarees girl's right stood a lurid dresser doors, almost flush. A frayed dressing gown cord looped through handles. Their efforts to keep cornflakes at nose length from rodents had always been futile. Even in faded technicolor, the view of the floor caused Cassie's now sensibly shod feet to curl. Today, her 21st century clock's expensive ticks echoed the ancient, sticky refrain of Doc Martens on cheap lino. Her silhouetted foot bounced now as she flashed back to the sponginess of the germ-ridden hall carpet. But Cassie wouldn't judge the background. She hadn't gone rooting for this photo and to reminisce about kitchen decor. Her shaking thumb stroked the photo's surface. There, amid all the mire and all the muck, one effervescent girl glinted and shone from the Polaroid. Life-living joy illuminated her unsuspecting, open face. Sally, dear, unfathomable Sally. Sally grinned out at Cassie, haloed in the confidence of her 19th year, unaware she would never meet her 20th one. Cassie put all the other photos back in their neat receptacles with care. Wandering into her bright, sparse living room, she emptied the mantelpiece of the few objets d'art pieces placed there. Propping Sally's photo centre stage, she made her decision. Reunions were definitely not her kind of thing, but she would go to this one. She would go and she would talk Sally. She would go and she would remind all the other dull 50-year-olds with mortgages and manicures that once they had known a girl, a whirlwind of a girl, with passions and angers and a love of life that could not be contained. Cassie would remind them all that in their own ways they owed it to that girl to live a bigger, better life.